I'm Robert, and I'm here to represent the 7th decade. My friend Judy Heckman encouraged me to experience MUDDC about 2.5 years ago. It's the first church I've ever belonged to. From the very first, I felt accepted and welcomed here. When I first entered your sanctuary, I began to close the door on my life as an observer and to discover the joys of being a participator. Years of therapy have taught me that a major part of my life was spent as an observer, which is similar, if you think about it, to taking a shower in a cellophane wrapper. I think my life began in when I moved to Greenwich Village in 1960, after I got a theater degree at the University of Pacific. My goal was to become a working Broadway actor. I had no clue what the requirements were to becoming a working Broadway actor, but I knew that's what I wanted to do. On my first or second return visit to visit my family in Berkeley, I told my sister that I was gay. Her immediate response, "Never tell Mom. That would kill her." I never did. I did, however, return to Greenwich Village and remained there for 20-some years. I have been an observer to a few important events during my 20 years in New York. I wish I could report that I was a participator. I was not. On an evening in June 1969, I was walking home through Sheridan Square. I found myself in the middle of what was to become the Stonewall riots, the birth of the gay rights movement, the first time in American history when gays fought back against government-sponsored persecution. What did I do? I stood in the shadows and wondered and worried. As I remember those times, there was not much talk about coming out, but there was lots and lots of chatter about staying in. Remember, at the time of Stonewall, homosexuality was illegal in every state except Illinois. Faggots were psychologically damaged, and even worse, worthless, useless sexual predators. Lesbians, as I remember, were pretty much invisible. I was a friend of Larry Kramer, the Oscar-nominated screenwriter who wrote about the spread of AIDS among his friends. His play, The Normal Heart, which was the first play to be produced about AIDS, was done at the Joe Papp's Public Theater. Larry invited me to a preview performance. Larry would co-found the Gay Men's Health Crisis, which became the largest private organization to assist people living with AIDS in the world, and ACT UP, a protest organization credited with changing public health policy for people living with AIDS. He was a finalist for a Pulitzer Prize. I could have so easily gotten involved. I did not. I remained the observer. I would like to thank Sonia for giving me the opportunity to try to share a chapter or two of my life. And I realized that if I refused this opportunity and remained a silent observer, my sister and they would win. And I couldn't let that happen.